Good evening, ladies and gentlemen and ladies. Good evening. I am Styrofoam Ralph. This is Cups and the Gang live from the motherfucking hot box. You know I got the gang with me. My dog, El Residente, San Jose, representing live in the motherfucking building. And you already know I got my dog, one half of Sports Reports, as ordered 2-5, Mike Will, representing live in the motherfucking B Dizzle.
Hey, you think when people be playing basketball from now on and they take a shot that's going to be short, they're going to be like Tatum?
I mean, that could be possible, dog, because that was a good one. I like that, and I think it's fitting that we start with the Boston Celtics and the New York Knicks game 2 last night. I just want to talk about the simple fact that the Boston is there somebody just like whispering in the background, like, or am I tripping?
I don't know.
The Boston Celtics lost game 1 by, I believe, 2 points or 1 point.
I think it was 3.
Maybe it was 3 points. Okay,
108 to
They were
105.
up 20 points. They were up 20 points.
we were up 20, and we ended up losing by 3. Right,
Yep. And then they were
that
up
was
20
game
last
1.
night.
Game 1, we missed 45 triples. We missed 45 3-pointers in game 1.
Mm-hmm.
And we lost by 3 points. So I was like, we missed 45. If we would have missed 43, we would have won the game.
Mm-hmm.
Move on to game 2. So I'm like, you know what? Game 2, I'm feeling like Paul Pierce. We gonna win by 20. And if we lose, I'll walk to work. Okay? That's how I was feeling. Right? Game 2, we come back and we miss 30 3-point shots. We miss 30 3-point shots and we lose by 1 point. And we also had a 20-point lead.
Yeah, if you had missed
25.
29,
25 point lead.
you know what I'm saying? 25 of 100 in these 2 games from 3. The Knicks have only held the lead for 12 minutes in these 2 games.
And the point differential is 4. The point differential is fucking 4.
Celtics in 7, man.
Celtics in 6. We get it together tomorrow. We get it together tomorrow. And I want to talk about somebody. I want to talk about the light-skinned Mamba. I want to talk about the curly-haired Mamba. I want to talk about KD Jr. I want to talk about somebody who you would have thought that in year 7 we're trying to work out the growing pains. You would have thought by year 7 we would see traits of consistency or at least signature imprints that you could leave on a game, maybe like a certain shot that you leave on the game or a certain clutch factor or anything. Like you always make the right play or the right pass or the right shot. You would think that is this year 7 or is this year 8? You would think that almost 10 years into the league that Jason Tatum would have some type of grasp on what it means to not only be clutch, but to make good shots in good moments. Because if it's 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter and you're on the elbow and you're still trying to hit turnaround fadeaways, if it's 1 minute left in the fourth quarter and it's a 1-possession game and you're still attempting those, let me see if I got it or let me see if I'm hot right now shots, instead of going to a high percentage. The game was tied at one point. I think it was like with 10 seconds left, and Jason Tatum literally just took it coast to coast and just dunked on somebody. Like, when you need a bucket, why can't we just go get a bucket?
Can I ask you
when we need a point, why can't we just go get a point? And I'm not, because again, this feels like those November losses. I always say that I'm not sweating. It always just feels like the Celtics are just never keeping their foot on the pedal? Why can't we finish games? Why can't we keep the same intensity in the first half that we keep in the fourth quarter? How are we allowing 20-point leads to be erased?
Those are all easy questions to answer.
And the best player is not the second best player on the team doesn't even have to show up.
On what team?
On the Knicks.
Oh,
So
the second best player on the Knicks doesn't have to show up? Okay.
Not until the fourth quarter.
I'm going to start there. So who's the best player on the Knicks?
Currently, Jalen Brunson.
Okay. Who's the second best player on the Knicks?
The second best player on the Knicks?
Yeah. You said you don't have to show up to the fourth quarter. So we'll make sure. I want to apply this to logic. So who's the second best player on the Knicks based on your logic?
The second best player on the Knicks is Jalen Brunson.
Oh, the second best player. So do you mean the guy that's leading the entire playoffs in points is the second best player on the Knicks?
no, he's the first and second best player on the Knicks.
Make that make sense.
He's the second best player on the Knicks.
And he's leading the entire playoffs in points.
Some people turn it up in the playoffs.
So your logic doesn't hold up. When you say he doesn't do anything until the fourth quarter, but he's leading the entire playoffs.
Last night he was
Last night he shot bad.
6 for 19. He was the third leading
Yeah,
scorer
but what he did in
on the
fourth
team.
quarter? What he, so now look at what he did in the fourth quarter. Look what Jason Tatum did in the fourth quarter.
Well, over the two
You said-
games, Jason Tatum is 1 for 12 in the fourth quarter. But hold up, Cubs. Let me go back for a second.
Yeah,
What's the
I'm gonna
difference
mute up. You
between
got it.
everything that you just said and what we've been saying?
The only difference is when Jason Tatum is not performing well, I say that shit.
This is the first time
You
I've heard
don't.
you say that.
You don't. You don't. This is the first time you said it.
Bro, whenever Jason Tatum is not playing well, I say that shit.
This is the first time I've ever.
When have I ever defended? When have I ever went back and forth with y'all about, especially when Cowboy might be the one going back and forth with y'all about the whole Finals MVP and shit like that. Like, bro, I don't even remember who the leading scorer was in last year's Finals. I know we won that shit.
It was Jason.
You know what I'm
Tatum,
saying?
Actually,
So, it's really slim pick. It's really an uphill battle. You know what I'm saying?
you know what his shooting percentage is in this series so far?
Abysmal. I don't want to know. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 33%.
It's 28.6.
Fuck me.
You know what I'm saying? And this is what I be talking about. Like, I'm not trying to shit on Jason Tatum. I actually like Jason Tatum. But the problem is that I have a problem when people run their mouths and they don't back it up. So like if everybody else, because SGA right now is the flavor of the month.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when SGA plays bad, it kind of goes under the radar because SGA ain't out here talking about how he the face of the league and why this and why that. So when you come out and say that you're the face of the league, that doesn't mean you got to win the title. That doesn't mean that you got to be the best player right now. But you can't be shooting 28.6%
in the second round against a
in the
team
second
where
round
you
of
were
the
favored to
playoffs.
sweep.
And Jaylen Brown ain't doing much better. So
You know
what I
I'm
don't
saying?
understand is because I don't think the Knicks are just playing this all-world defense or anything, because that happens from time to time. You run into a good defensive team, your numbers go down. I don't even think that's happening. I think the head coach just needs to look Jason Tatum in the face and say, look, you better than everybody else on this floor.
Right.
Go dunk on somebody, get your George Gervin on and finger roll.
Do something, bro. Get to the rack.
Yeah, because like realistically, like Boston is like this is a team that didn't beat Boston once all regular season that they're playing against right now. You know what I mean? And this is the thing, right? I'm with you. The game they've missed 75 threes over these two games. If they miss 72, they're up 2-0. So
Come
this
on, bro.
series is not over by any means.
Hell no.
But the philosophy has to change because especially if Porzingis isn't going to be there, I don't know what his status is. He's only played 25 minutes in the 2 games. So your unicorn that causes matchup problems isn't available to the capacity that he needs to be. So there's a couple of different things going on, but it all starts with Missoula. And, you know, where Missoula lost the game last night for me, it wasn't even the fact that y'all missed 33 pointers. It was the fact that Mitchell Robinson was on the floor and Joe Missoula said, you know what? Let's play Hack-a-Shack. The problem is that works when you're in the bonus. Don't get into the bonus by trying to hack the dude because you ain't even getting the free throws out of it anyway.
Right.
So now you put the
You don't
Knicks
even have
in the
one to give.
bonus. Yeah, now you put the Knicks in the bonus. And not only are you putting him on the free throw line, but now anybody you touch is getting free throws. So it still backfires. And while we at it real quick, Cups, just because we have a honorary guest amongst us. You know what I'm saying? I know we've been giving you shit about Jason Tatum, but this man ain't even said the word Anthony Edwards the other night.
Before we move on to that, before we get to Anthony Edwards, dog,
he ain't even said Anthony Richardson because it's too close.
Hey, bro, I'm keeping quiet, bro. I'm keeping quiet. Bro.
He ain't talking about nobody.
I don't want no smoke with nobody. Bro.
But yeah, before we move on to the Timberwolves, man, I just want to say, dog, Celtics, get it together, man.
They got an extra day. They don't.
Celtics
play
definitely
Saturday.
need to get it together.
They don't play until Saturday, so they got an extra day to stew around and be upset and all this. And that's the thing about it, man. Like Jaylen Brown, you know, he's not better than Jason Tatum. But I think I said this last year and you got mad at me. But, you know, like if Jason Tatum had if he had Jaylen Brown's brain, he would be as good as y'all said he is. Because Jaylen Brown goes to the rack no matter what.
I feel that.
Like he could be off, he could be terrible, you know, he could dribble the ball out of bounds. He gonna go to the rack.
But losing 20-point deficits, bro, is just outlandish.
Yeah, this is the first time in playoff history a team has come back from 20 in consecutive games.
That's outlandish, bro. Like the 3-pointer that y'all were taking.
I was saying earlier how
insane, bro. Like I just don't understand. Why would you pass up open?
Yeah, them don't just won't fall, bro. Them don't just won't fall.
Because you know what? Because teams have identity. We talk about this in football all the time. You know what I mean? Like if you're a smash mouth football team or whatever, you can't get to the playoffs and try to air it out. Like you just do what brought you to the dance. And they played like this last year and won the title.
Yeah, they was just falling last year. They was just
live by the
that's
three,
really the whole thing is.
Yeah, because even against Orlando, right?
I mean,
that closeout game against Orlando, we were talking about it, how they went the whole first quarter without hitting a three. You know what I mean? Like,
and Jason Tatum still was slow in the fourth quarter.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like, is he hurt? Because I know, not trying to make excuses. I know that right before the season ended, he had like an ankle injury that I thought he was going to be out for a couple of weeks, and he only missed like 2 games. You know what I mean? Jaylen Brown has knee issues. You know what I mean? So like, is this that moment where it's like, maybe I should rest a little bit, but we're trying to win a championship, so I can't.
I definitely feel you. I mean, I think it's something going on.
Is this a problem of the coasting, of the regular season coasting, instead of actually like being more committed to?
No, because it's just shots not falling. It's just shots not falling. Like they could be playing the same exact way that they're playing right now and hit 2 or 3 extra threes and be up 2-0, and we wouldn't even be talking about it like this.
Yeah, bro. I mean, we'll still talk about how close it came. Like they probably would have still erased 2 20-point leads, but we would have squeezed away.
Yeah, we would have been like, yo, they missed 75 threes and they're still up 2-0. So we'll be talking about how great the Celtics are.
So, and again, I mentioned earlier how, you know, this is like year 7 or 8 for Jason Tatum. And and we haven't seen like signs of consistency or eliteness or that clutch gene. And it's like, what year was it that LeBron went to the finals and got shut down by Barea? Was that
was 2011
after the Spurs?
Yeah, that was.
And so what season would that have been for
That
him?
was his
Basically a
ninth season.
disappointing finals. Would that be? Well, I mean, I know that's the finals compared to the playoffs right now, but is it common in your experience for players to be this late or this seasoned or this much of a veteran and just have uncharacteristic or just showing just signs of basically just disappointing play?
No, I think that it happens more than we think, but sometimes the team is good enough or whatever that they win, so it goes ignored, right? Like we talk about Kobe going 6 for 24 in Game 7. You know what I mean? You know, you got your players like Michael Jordan, right? That game against Utah where he pushed off Byron Russell. He was 15 of 45 in that game.
Come on, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But he hit that shot, so we don't talk about it. You know what I mean? You got guys like, you know, Tim Duncan, right? He missed that bunny layup against Miami, and the Ray Allen shot wouldn't have mattered. So, I mean, it happens because we're talking about dudes that have played 82 game seasons. You know, they're in the middle of the playoffs now. Fatigue is real. Like, they're world-class athletes, but they're human too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, remember Game 1, right? Jalen Brunson, Mr. Clutch, missed that easy shot at the buzzer.
So are y'all more surprised of Denver than you are surprised?
No. As far as what? As far as them winning or how they got blown out last night?
As far as them winning.
No. I mean, they got Jokic, man.
So the blowout don't matter as much, though.
No,
Anything is possible.
The blowout is what I thought was going to happen in Game 1. Like what happened last night, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen in Game 1. You know what I'm saying? But Jokic had 42 and 22 rebounds. Like when you got a force like him, a force like Giannis, you're in every game for the most part. It's just a matter of who's coming with me, right? Like, you know, like with Jokic, he doesn't do anything any different. It's just, is Jamal Murray going to hit shots tonight? You know what I'm saying? Which Russell we going to get? You know what I mean?
Is
with
Michael
Giannis,
Porter going to get at least 7?
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like that guy, now that's a guy, I mean, he's not as good as Jason Tatum, obviously, but that's a guy that's fallen off.
Warriors can do it.
I don't think he's
Warriors make a pool.
I think the Warriors can do it. I'm not saying they will, but I think they absolutely can. So far in the playoffs,
emotion, Mr. B.
So far in the playoffs, Michael Porter's averaging 9.6 points on 39% shooting, and he's fucking 6'10".
Come on, bro. Got to get those numbers up, dog.
See more butts, you know what I'm saying? Feeling like Ted DiBiase up in here.
Goddamn.
Ted DiBiase.
Goddamn.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. All week that entanglement line been on my dome, man.
Really,
I fuck with that line, man.
Your girl thought I was falling in love.
You know what? I've been hearing that a lot about that specifically, so I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That shit got me dripping.
We just cooking up, man. It's a whole story behind it. I don't know if we're... Yeah, bro. It will. The whole, man. Wait till the whole project is done first to get that joint.
For sure. Oh shit,
bro! This shit is
it's
fucking
the ghost
ugly.
Hell
yeah, we got my dog in here, man.
The ghost of Hot Box.
My dog in here. Yeah,
that man ain't been here in a minute.
I know. I thought Rolo PA fuck with us or something.
Nah, man, look different and everything. He ain't got the hat on or nothing.
I know. Last time he was on here, all he kept saying is, "Hey, yo, 2-5 be doing them drive-bys," and then you know what I'm saying. So I thought he was offended or something.
Man, nah, man. Like I said, man, I got 3 jobs now. So like I said, doing that shit now, man. Goddamn, I don't got much time.
Working.
I'm trying to get, you know what I'm saying, getting up out these holes. So you know what I'm saying, accomplish certain things. So I ain't as available as I once was.
Nigga said Trump put on them tariffs. That boy said I had to get another job.
You feel me? Shit got expensive.
Real shit.
Oh, shit.
Well, Roomy Roll, we ain't had you on in a minute. I know we've been chopping it up inside the group chat, going back and forth. I still don't know necessarily if we on the same page though, man. What did you think of New England's
We
draft
definitely not
class
the
this
same
season?
page because you've been
this
dogging
year?
our ass, man. You've been like I've been hearing you call Cowboy Cups and shit. Like there's a lot of things I've been seeing. Like I don't know what's true and not true. Like you know what I'm saying, but me personally, I thought it was a good draft. Like the shit was like
Yo,
I
he
don't know
didn't
what
even, bro. He didn't even wait till the draft was over. As soon as they grabbed Travion, Cups was like, "I'm done with this shit."
bro. Like to me personally, it was a good draft though. Honestly, all seriously, I probably would give it a B plus. You know, I mean, you got to think about it, we had a lot of holes to fill. Like you're not gonna get it all filled in one draft, but I mean, I think for starters they did good at free agency for our defensively. We had to start getting offensive linemen though. Like that was the truth. So I won't mad at that. Everybody knows offensive linemen are just ugly picks. They're ugly picks until you need them in the game. But I think Will Campbell gonna be decent. I like the running back we got from Ohio State. I think that was a good pickup as well. Him and Stevenson, I think, gonna be a nice duo combo.
I agree though.
I see you over there thinking you don't think Stephon can get 1,000. I think Stephon can still get 1,000. I know you ain't really feeling Diggs like that, but I think Diggs still got something in the tank. Coming off injury.
Nap Nation is Stephon Diggs. Hey, Nap Nation, I need the oracle right now, real quick, bro. I need you to rub the ball. Hey, yo, I need you to rub that crystal. I need you to tell me right now how many yards is Stephon Diggs getting in the 2025 season off of ACL?
1,200.
God damn.
896.
That's
I
not
give.
bad.
I'm about to say. I'm dragging about the 1,000. He probably gonna get, like I said, between that 8 and 9 range. I can see
That's
that,
y'all number one target, bro.
That's a fact. But I feel like
He's still coming off of ACL.
We have balanced offense though, where we're gonna run the ball out of 4 downs. We run the ball at least twice.
Yeah, man.
No. This is the real question. Regardless of how many yards Stephon Diggs get, is there another receiver on the roster that's going to get 500?
If they involve Polk, I mean, shit. Like,
oh, you hear
why are we still talking about this?
I mean, like,
man, that nigga need to get that number one up, bro. He need to come off that number uno, bro.
Jalen Polk is the reason that Michael Penix was a first-round draft pick, bro.
That's a fact.
Bro, no bullshit. Hey, I mean, no actual bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. No, I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. Hell no, bro. He need to come up off that number one, bro. And for one, Jalen Polk is the reason why we had to draft Kyle Williams. I just want you to know that.
Bro,
so would you be okay if Diggs? Would you be okay if Diggs put on the Uno? Would you be okay if Diggs put on the Uno?
He ain't gonna be wearing it long, nigga. He only be
I ain't gonna lie to you. My biggest issue with us, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I can't stand them jerseys color. That new colorway is horrible. That's my biggest issue with them niggas. Like that
I
shit
fuck with the red patch on the joint. I fuck with that.
No, I just need the red back. I just need the red joint back with the white.
Give us the old one.
Can we have the old original uniforms?
Yeah, give me that.
Like just in general, can we have?
No, you know what I like? I like the Drew
No, we need the '90s Jones, like the Terry Glenn jersey I got. We need the Drew Bledsoe Jones, bro, because we've been wearing the red Jones. We need the Drew Bledsoe Jones.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I need
Jalen Polk, fuck that nigga,
look like Arizona State. You know what I'm saying? We out here looking like the Sun Devils.
Shit, bro.
Y'all need to bring back y'all.
The Commanders. I'm dead.
Defense is gonna be solid. I'm gonna tell you that right now. We're gonna be a defense gonna keep us in a lot of games. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
So Buffalo.
Robert Spillane is an underrated pick, bro. Hey, he might have a. Don't be surprised if Robert Spillane has a Zach Bond kind of out in the nowhere season.
So Buffalo the favorite. Are y'all next up in the chamber?
Damn Skippy.
In the East?
The Dolphins
hell yeah. Jets took a step back. Miami took a step back.
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was Colin Cowherd picked y'all to go to the wild card.
That's the respect. About time
we got the second easiest strength of schedule. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact too.
Okay. So how many?
We got the second easiest strength schedule.
So how many touches a game you expecting Travion to get?
He should not be touching the
at
ball
least.
more than Ramondre Stevenson, bro. I don't care, bro.
Nah, he's
He
not
should
gonna
not be
touch the ball
touching
to
the ball
him.
more than Ramondre.
Stevenson probably
I
gonna
don't
lose.
care.
He probably lose between 8 to 10.
I know
8 to 10 carries.
Yeah,
Why does
you
man
gotta sit
so
back. You don't have a
upset?
shirt on.
Like only Cups could
My
get the home
dog,
run.
Ski Man Scuddy.
What up? Only Cups
Colts
can get the home run running back, and it's like
Makes it 5.
get him off the roster.
No, but I'm just saying though, bro. Like, is he
You want a
Jameer
Ben
Gibbs
Jarvis
though?
Green Ellis again? You need a Ben Jarvis Green
I don't
Ellis
think
on the
he's
squad.
Jameer Gibbs, but he might be as close as you can get.
Facts.
Who was better, Henderson or Jenkins?
Who?
Or
Trey
Jenkins?
Hendrickson?
No, Henderson or
Oh,
Jenkins.
Henderson. Or Jenkins?
Yeah.
I like Henderson.
Oh, Juckins.
Oh, Jenkins.
Oh, I'm about to say you
Yeah,
talking about Quinshawn.
Yeah. No, I think Travion's better. I mean,
Okay,
it's not like
I
leaps
might
and bounds.
give
Yeah,
that just because of the age or experience.
It's not leap and bounds or anything like that. But
This not like a Nick Chubb and Sony Michel.
right.
Nah,
It's not that
right,
big of a
yeah.
gap. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I mean,
Well, I mean, shit. Every time I bring that up, y'all tell me that they was on the same level coming out of school, though.
they were, and then that shit changed real quick.
I'm saying though, y'all can't say that now, though.
Hey,
In hindsight,
Jason Tatum and Grant Hill was on the same level too, but then it changed real quick.
True.
so yeah, Romy Road, goddamn it. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not necessarily against Travion Henderson. Like I said, I mean, I don't know if I mean for where we got our players and the value that we got for our draft picks, I mean, it was decent. Looking back at it, you know, I've had time to process. I mean, as far as what we was trying, I still felt like we could have got a decent wide receiver, but what I don't know what wide receiver we would have got, especially at that pick. What was it, 38?
I like the receiver y'all got.
Kyle Williams was decent. I still feel like we should have got a bigger person, like one of shit. Houston took both of the niggas from the Cyclones.
Yeah, they did.
If Houston doing anything, they stacking up on wide receivers, dog. They was like, bro, take Dale, keep going down.
They got
We
to.
need
Burden went to
What up, Mike?
Chicago, didn't it?
Cowboy Mike, what it do?
Right?
Dallas Mike.
Well, they got one receiver that had cancer. They got another one that got shot and then he came back and tore his ACL. You know, Nico was
Twice.
hurt for like a third of last year. You know,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no, that's true.
you know what
Know what
I'm
I'm
saying? It'd be
saying?
like that, man. Oh,
So,
but
yeah,
back to what you were saying, though, real quick. Back to what you were saying. Yes, the Warriors can absolutely still win this series.
No, we.
You know what I'm saying? That defense, you know what I'm saying, has shown up. You know, and then, you know, as I was doing some digging earlier, I saw some things that I was shocked about, right? Because, like, this season, with Steph Curry, their winning percentage is 58.6. Without him, it's 58.3. You know what I'm saying? And we can't act like we ain't see Jimmy Butler take lesser teams to the finals.
Steph is only a
milk.
0.3
You need that
player.
2% milk, man. Need that 2% milk.
He is only a 0.3 player.
Hey, and the way Buddy Hield is playing right now, you know what I'm saying? He bigger Steph right now.
As long as he keep the right shorts on, shit.
But Steph Curry not gonna be playing though.
No, Jimmy Alford, like Buddy said, that's Alford.
Damn, Jimmy Butler gonna have to carry a team again.
Draymond on the squad, bro. Draymond there, bro. Draymond playing Draymond.
Damn. Jimmy Buckets again, the star of the show.
Honestly, the best series for real
And who
is the
they-
Knicks and the Celtics. Everybody else is just like,
Nah, bro. That Pacer joint, bro.
oh shit.
Hey, all I'm saying is,
Honestly,
all I'm saying is, I tried to tell y'all about the Pacers. I told y'all about them at the All-Star break. I told y'all they was gonna beat Cleveland. It ain't over yet, but I told y'all.
I said they was a sleeper.
I just wish Cleveland was healthy. You know what I'm saying? It sucks
Don't make a difference.
No, I feel. Hey, listen, I fully get you. You know what I mean?
He said it don't make
Very-
it. So
like,
Garland
you know how
wouldn't make a
Cup was-
difference in the series.
You know how Cups be talking all that shit when Jalen Brunson have a bad game. That's like Garland in like 4 games in a series.
I feel it.
Yeah. bro. Back to back though. Back to back.
Yeah. So how about them?
Do you think Cavaliers win one game?
Yes.
They got to get one. They got to at least get one.
I don't know.
I think they
really
get one.
don't.
As long as Mobley comes back, I'll put it like that. If Mobley comes back, then I think they get one.
Sweet.
But how about those the way that those OKC Thunder responded?
Yeah, they responded real well. I mean,
they supposed to respond like that.
Everybody was doom and gloom. They lost game 1, and everybody was like, "I told you they ain't got no."
I think we forget that Denver doesn't have a coach.
They do have a coach.
Denver fired their head coach.
Jokic is the coach of the year, bro.
They do have a coach. He on the court.
Like, you ever watch Jokic? And you be like, I feel like every game he gains like 15 pounds.
He get fatter.
Like, he just gets fat. Like most NBA players you see like slim down throughout the year. You know what I'm saying? Jokic just look fat every year.
It's all the responsibility he got, bro. That shit just piling up. You know what I'm saying?
Man can't get his sleep to get his abs right.
Like that nigga just got too much weight to carry.
So
like
that was what I was going to ask y'all actually. So is that guy? So is the interim like? You think he got a chance to keep the job
as the coach?
Yeah. If he was black, no, but yeah, he has a chance.
Damn, that's fucked up, bro.
Right?
I agree. I already know if he was black, they let him ride it.
You acting like Doug Christie ain't get that job.
Man, I'm getting real with you, man. Like same thing like what John Tepper did to the home. Well, what's the name? That was with the Panthers when he coached half the year, the rest of the season, and then they fired him at the end of the year. God damn, what's his name? About 3 years ago. No?
Matt Rule?
Black head coach? No, man. Well, after Matt Rule.
Oh.
The black kid that they had the interim. But then I'm surprised too far I don't know his head coach.
Oh, I was black. I was reading
for the Panthers.
Yeah, the Panthers. I said, who was the black coach that they had that played the coach?
They had Wilkes, right?
Yeah, Wilkes. Yep. That's what I'm saying. Yep.
Steve Wilkes. Steve Wilkes. Yeah.
He played for the season. And
he
then
took over when they fired Reich, and the players were like, "Yeah, like we want Coach Wilkes," and then nah,
they fired it exactly. You know what I'm saying?
But I will have y'all know, Doug Christie got the job. You know, Mitchell Johnson got the Spurs job. You know, as the interim coach.
Yeah, like I said he's gonna get the job. I believe he's gonna get the job.
Maybe it's a football thing. I don't know.
Especially, I ain't gonna lie to you. If they take down OKC and go to West Coast Conference Finals, bro, he's definitely keeping that job for a fact. Now, if they lose this round, they might.
I think they win one more game.
Might be open.
I think they win one more game. I think they win game 4.
I think OKC knows that they can't play with them, so obviously they're gonna have a different mentality game 3.
Well, you know, it's just like the Celtics almost. Like game 1, OKC was in control from start to finish until their coach started being stupid.
Right, but what help them out is that they even the series up. Like
right.
The Boston problem is that you lost both games at home.
But it was weird because game 1, they were up. Jokic was on the bench with 5 fouls.
Yeah, right. Yes.
Denver had no timeouts. And then they fouled Gordon with 10 seconds left, but on the other side of the court. So, like, you ain't even let them dribble it up and get, like, 3-4 seconds off the clock if you were going to foul up 3 or whatever, which I'm like, you got the best defense in the league. Just play it straight up.
I agree. I don't understand. Like I said, when Jokic had 5 fouls, why there wasn't nobody going at him and attacking. Like, it's just like, I don't get it.
Yeah. But yeah, I ain't seen nothing that deterred me, man. If everybody plays their best, Oklahoma City, I think is just head and shoulders above everybody else.
Yeah, they're on another level this year. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Like I don't remember an NBA team. I don't remember an NBA team forcing turnovers like this. Like they look like a college team sometimes.
I mean, they're young like that, so
yeah,
that's gonna happen. They play fast too, so that helps.
Yeah, I was nervous because I thought that Chet missing those free throws in game 1, I thought he was going to maybe that would linger in his head because I was telling Raph, like, every time I think of free throws like that, I think of Nick Anderson against the Rockets. And he was just never the same after that.
He definitely was not.
I mean, shout out to Chet, though. Cowboy Mike said Vegas made that phone call. You already know it, bro. Hey, like I said,
Mike said they had the Buffalo Wild Wings commercial going.
That phone be ringing, nigga. Hell yeah. But speaking of being head and shoulders above everybody else, bro, can you please give just a quick breakdown of what is going on with the New York Yankees, man.
Yeah, there's been I ain't gonna lie. Last time I was up here, we started off great. Like it was open week, one series, and now since then it's been like up and down. We did get us 2 wins against the Padres, which is good. But honestly, brother, I ain't gonna lie, we got injuries. Injuries is always it's always the Yankees' problem. Saying doesn't move to the 60-day IL. Let's see who else is out. Freaking the signer, we got Devin Williams. He's turning to be. He's right now. I'm not gonna say he's not working out, but it's just saying it ain't clicking yet. But it's a lot of pressure playing with the Yankees, and people don't understand it. Everybody, it's easy pitching in Milwaukee than it is pitching in New York. I can tell you that.
Why Cup's asking all them questions like he ain't just lose a player for the season?
Yeah, I mean Boston is not. I mean the Red Sox is like. But the
Hey,
thing about it is, luckily
2 games behind y'all.
I know because y'all are having a bad season. What's going on with y'all? Like y'all are looking
I told
horrible.
you what was going to happen with us. It was going to be.
You
a
did
slow
say that.
start.
You said that. I didn't believe you, but I didn't think it was going to be that. Y'all like 9 games from the 500, right? Something like that.
Right now, we're 10 actually. We're 13 and 23 right now.
God damn.
But yeah, we lost. I told you we lost Santander, and we were relying on a rookie at third. Like it's just a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think they'll turn it around though, but it's just
it's a long
I don't
season.
know. Yeah, like it's still early because
you just don't want to. You don't want to get too big of a gap to have to climb.
Right.
Out.
Exactly.
And even though I think we're at 20 and 16, I want to say.
Yeah, I got y'all at 21 and 16 right now.
No, we're at 21. Okay, 21 16. Yeah. So we just staying afloat. I know. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be obviously we still make the playoffs. I'm not worried about that. I'm saying that right now. We're gonna make the playoffs, but we're not winning nobody's World Series. I can tell you that. The stuff that the Dodgers got going out there in LA.
You might look in the playoffs and see the Sacramento A's.
Oh hell no! Hell no.
Well, fellas, y'all already know I always got a video, so here we go.
So you're telling Baltimore Orioles, how can everyone in baseball sit here with this Orioles team and say, yep, they need to go get a pitcher, and then you don't do it, and here we are, and you very well might have taken your team and the organization that's turned itself around, and you've made them potentially not even a playoff team. If this team doesn't make the playoffs, it is shame on the front office. Shame on Mike Elias. Shame on this new ownership group that comes in acting like they're ready to save the world. Shame on everybody. Besides the team on the field, the only reason you're even remotely good is because you drafted well. Congratulations. That's half the battle. You got to go supplement the team with some pitching. So then, after a year and a half of being like, let's acquire somebody at the trade deadline. Let's sign somebody in free agency. Okay, maybe again, let's add somebody at the trade deadline. Nothing. Finally, you go out and acquire a pitcher in Corbin Burnes that you needed to do. You didn't extend Corbin Burnes. You didn't sign him in free agency. You didn't sign anybody really in free agency besides Charlie Morton, who's old. No offense, Justin. God forbid we sign a veteran on offense in the offseason that's like an actual guy for the middle of the order. You let a 40-homer guy go in Anthony Santander, and new ownership comes in and says, yay, I'm a Baltimore fan, always have been, and I have so much money. You haven't done anything. How do you acquire nobody in the offseason? So you head into a season with a rotation of old guys or injury-prone young guys. There were pitchers available to go get, and you went and cut corners again. And now we're sitting here, and the Baltimore Orioles have the worst starting pitching ERA of anybody in all of baseball. This front office group has played the Baltimore Orioles out of being the class of the American League East. Baltimore Orioles.
And not only that, but this is a team that has made the playoffs in back-to-back years and haven't won one game.
Yeah, I know. Like when you said out of the class of the East, that was a little extended on that.
No, we were supposed to be though.
Yeah,
especially with like you said, your pitching trouble. Like as far as the injuries and stuff.
Yeah,
This was the year that we were supposed to make our run and go, hey, look at us, we can be a contender. You know what I mean? And now it's like we're fucking Peter Pan, just stuck in child mode.
Yeah, they're looking horrible. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I know I was giving Jackson Holiday a lot of slack when he first came out. I don't know if that was last season or this season or maybe 2 seasons ago. Has he developed any?
Somewhat, but not to where he needs to be.
Yeah, like I said.
Is he still like a part of the active roster or is he playing in the minors or?
No, he's still
He told me they're close to 10.
I can tell you, boy, it's just hard. When you get to that, when people understand, boy, it's a big gap from that AAA to the majors.
Who knows how long we'll be?
Because even on us for the Yankees, we got Jason Dominguez, what they call the Martian, and he ain't been the Martian since he been in the big leagues. I tell you that for a fact. But down in AAA, he was waxing that thing. But in the majors, he's okay. He's gotten better a little bit on defense. But honestly, we don't even play on defense like that. That's the reason why they signed, Bellinger and all them old people. So then we lost Jazz Chisholm. He out for a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So
baseball talk.
Yo, we need to
hold on. Wait, no, I've seen this one thing where Jazz was playing defense and the bat broke, and he decided to Ricky Waters that jump kind of did y'all see that as kind of funny, or y'all felt him like when he said that he was like, man, that I felt like that joke could have ended my life, but it was like the bat was nowhere near you though.
I was just like baseball trying to get attention.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to get to a Pirates game. I mean, just in this last week, you had a dude fall off the wall. You had a security guard beat up somebody and beat him with a belt. You had the manager get fired today. Everything's going on in Pittsburgh, man.
Yeah, they out there turned up. What's up, Brad?
What's up, my guys?
Only thing worse than the Pirates is, Mike Tomlin's decisions.
That's a fact there, because I don't know what Pittsburgh's doing.
So yeah, before we move off of that, John Doe, I mean, what is it that the Orioles need? I mean, obviously he was talking about pitching, but it's was there anything else that you would like to address as far as what he said?
No, he was spot on, and it all starts with the front office. It's all the front office sets the tone of what they think you are. You know what I mean? So you could take that one or two ways, right? We didn't go get pitchers. Hey, we're fine as is. We made the playoffs. We're right there. I believe in you guys. Or some of these guys on the other side of the ball are so we got to score 8 every night. You know what I'm saying? So it starts with the front office. The front office sets the tone. You're supposed to have these conversations. What are our goals for this season? I mean, at the very least, your goal got to be to win a playoff game. At the very least. But, the Yankees got all this going on. Garrett Cole is hurt. Hey, this is the time we need to make a move. And then,
lie to you, man. If Cole was healthy, man, the way to Fried is pitching, oh my gosh, boy,
that's what I'm saying. The Yankees would be running away right now.
Man,
you know what I mean? But that's the thing, right? You as the front office have to recognize that the Yankees are still at the top. Boston, saying is coming up. Boston's right on their necks right now. So you don't got time to just chill. I'm not saying you got to go get a Shohei type move or go out here and grab Chris Sale or something random like that. But there has to be some move that shows we're still moving forward.
Yeah, they got to spend some money. And I think that's what his new ownership, they want to spend no money just yet. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So with that being said, he said the pitchers got the lowest ERA I think he said in the AL. Do y'all have a bad record? Are y'all still contending for the playoffs right now? Or are y'all sliding back?
10 games under 500.
Yeah, we're 7.5 games out of first place right now. So I mean, like I said, I think obviously the trade deadline will be coming up before we know it. So if they don't make a move at that point, or depending on what move they make, then that just shows you that this year was never looked at in a positive way to begin with. Now, the Braves are the ones that, outside of the Orioles, the Braves are starting to make their come up, if you will. They're not winning a lot, but they're getting a lot more consistent at least.
Yeah, they're still under 500 though, but
they're 2 games under right now, but Acuna's still not back. So they got an excuse at least.
Yeah. The way they did start off. So this is 2 games under is not bad because they started off horrible.
I got one more vid.
If you could have a guy for the next 8 years, you taking him over Julio?
You talking about PCA?
Yes. Isn't that amazing? 2 years ago, we were like, oh, wow, he's going to outplay a $400 million contract, isn't he?
He hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
He has not done it. And Pete kind of does everything the same. I was actually talking to Cole Tucker about him. We went golfing on Thursday or whatever, and he's good buddies with PCA. We're actually talking about PCA turning down the deal. A guy like him who's Like, offense is not supposed to be his calling card. Like, he's a defender who can run the bases. Like, those things don't slump. So the floor is very, very high for PCA. If he hits, like, he's a superstar.
He's more than just the kid with blue hair. He is constantly bouncing around. He's chirping. He's having fun. He's a guy that I think the league could really build around marketing wise. He's a really respectful kid that grinds and loves the game. If you just happen to be good at the game, but didn't love the game, people can see that and feel that. But you understand how much the sport means to him. If you could have a guy for the next.
So I'm taking it that Julio Rodriguez played for the Cubs.
Well, Julio Rodriguez with the Mariners, right?
I believe so. Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. Who the hell is PCA?
And
yeah, PCA I know is the young Cub. Like
he plays for the Cubs. Yeah.
Yeah, Cruz Armstrong or something like that.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying? He's
the thing is, he plays for the Cubs, man. It's like I don't watch Cubs baseball.
What?
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Why does Chicago? Because Chicago's what, the third biggest city in the United States,
and all their sports suck.
Yeah, why does it never seem like their sports teams are big deals, or why don't they get the coverage that New York and LA get?
Because they suck. White Sox are horrible. Cubs suck. I mean, Cubs not granted. The Cubs did win the World Series.
Hey, the Cubs are in first place right now.
That division's trash, though, man. That's not saying much. Like that's like the winner of the AL Central. Like, what was that division gonna lose to us anyway? Like, it's irrelevant. You know. So,
well, speaking of the White Sox, here you go, Ro. Let me set you up. So, the Colorado Rockies have played 36 games so far this season. How many have they won?
Ooh, I don't think they got 10. I think it's like, what, 8?
They got 6.
Oh, damn.
They're 6 and 30. The White Sox already have 10 wins.
Yeah, White Sox got 10. That's what it was. Yeah. You see what it is, man? Like I said, the Yankees we've been so much of a struggle. I haven't been able to really focus on everybody else. Like, Yankees have been pissing me the F off. You know what I'm saying? Like, we should easily, like, because Devin Williams gave up easily 3 games. I can count 3 games off the rip. We should easily be 21-13. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like I said, it's a long season. It's a long season. Luckily, the rest of the division is subpar, if that makes, you know what I mean? Because what the Mets is over there doing with Soto was pretty awesome, if you ask me, which I already know. Soto, that's one thing about Soto. Soto's like type player. He just changes the atmosphere for the whole team, like his camaraderie. But at the end of the day, we was not about to pay that man $150 million that he won. Like, we couldn't be able to get everybody else. Like, if we would have kept Soto, we just would have had Soto, but it would have been the same thing. We would have had no Bushman, we would have had Freed, we would have had Bellinger. So.
Right.
Yeah. But as far as I got a PCA, as far as like the face of the league type of thing, I really don't see that. Like I said, baseball is one of them sports where, you got your stars, but it's like they got marketing issues. That's their problem, honestly. Like, Shohei Ohtani is nice. Like I said, Aaron Judge is nice. Like I said, I can name a few others.
But I still don't know what Mike Trout looks like.
Brother, Mike Trout to me, I think is overrated, brother. Like, I see the numbers, but it's like I feel like he just doesn't change the game for me. You know, I mean, he's one of those guys to me is just like he's hurt every year. Like since he's been in the league, I think he might have played one complete season. That might be like his rookie year.
That sounds like LaMelo Ball.
Okay.
What about Bryce Harper?
Bryce Harper like that. He's legit. Like I said, the Philly, he's gonna keep the Phillies in it. But see, the problem is they play in the National League. Like they always gonna run up against the fucking Dodgers. Right now, the Dodgers running the National League. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think nobody. The only team that can kind of play with them is San Diego. But every time they play them in the playoffs, Dodgers always gonna get the upper edge on them. They're gonna take them to 6-7 games. Don't get it twisted.
Well, right now, I know the Padres and Giants are tied. They're a game and a half behind the Dodgers in the division right now.
Yeah, not the Giants is definitely a surprise. I ain't gonna lie to you. They definitely was a surprise. But like I know, you can start off hot and then cool off around All-Star break, and then you be like, damn, what happened to the Giants? Like the Reds did that, I think, last year when they was hot all the way up until like All-Star break, and after that, they went back to the Reds. You know what I'm saying? So baseball is a long season. You kind of want to either you're gonna start off hot and kind of cool down, but be able to stay afloat, or you're gonna start off, just mellow, just consistent. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you don't want to be too far under 500 because then you already got to dig yourself just to get to 500. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
But that's just the art of baseball. Baseball is a hard sport.
We got my dog, Sherlock Nation, tapping in, phoning in with us, man. What's going on, my brother?
You heard me, gang. How y'all boys doing, man?
Blessed by the best.
Good, man. What's going on?
Man, I heard my dog talking about that baseball shit. You sound very knowledgeable, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, I appreciate that, man. Yes, sir.
Of course, I need to tap in with you for some parlays during this off season, man.
Holler at me. Holler at me. Get you right. Get you right.
Shit, so it's like I understand baseball, bro. You feel me? But I ain't never played, so like it's like my understanding on it isn't as good as people that are really like fans. You feel me? Like that understand, follow it.
I got you.
So respect, bro. Respect. Big respect.
Appreciate it.
Being that you are a resident San Antonio fan, bro, how do you feel about the new interim coach that y'all got?
I respect our coaches that we have. I didn't like Mitch's job this past season. Like, I mean, mind you, he did pick up as an interim coach, so I guess I imagine I have to respect it to a certain extent. The players like him, so I guess I gotta go with it. But I was hoping that we were gonna grab Mike Malone. That's who I was really hoping we were targeting, or would at least give a chance for it. Or at least Becky Hammond, for real. Like,
you ain't want Coach Bud?
I don't think the Spurs are gonna win a championship with Victor.
I think that his time.
I know, but he a Spur through and through, man.
I don't think Wemby gonna win a championship.
I mean, I respect him. I wanted Mike Malone. I like his philosophies and what I see from him on the court. My Bud, I think that he got it done. He just need to take like a year or two off since the really slowed him down in Milwaukee in the first place. Yeah. And that's all it really is. I like Bud too. I really don't understand why the Bucks got rid of him. They shot themselves in the foot, like I was talking about a few podcasts ago, like how they were shooting themselves in the feet. Yeah, and that was a big piece. Like, why would you let go of the guy that you won a championship with? Like,
yes, coach. Yes, coach. Yes, they can.
I don't understand it though. I don't understand the logic.
So, Locke, do you think that
you brought in Doc Rivers? But I digress.
Do you think that Victor Wembanyama and a Giannis could coexist on the same basketball floor?
Absolutely. Because like I was saying, when I went to go see that man Wemby in person, he wanted no smoke in that paint, bro. He absolutely didn't. He didn't even want to go to the free throw line. He don't want to get touched up at all. He really want to be a shooter, and he has finishing ability around the rim. But what he really wants to do is shoot threes and be on that perimeter. So
you want to be Kevin Durant.
He really wants to be Kevin Durant. And that shit is a sad case.
Real quick, I don't know if y'all realize it, but Golden State hasn't scored yet. Minnesota's
I know. I'm watching it.
I just want to put that out there. And it's like
13-0.
We're like 5 minutes plus into the game.
No, I expect Minnesota to come out tonight and get their licks back, but they got to go to the Bay after that.
Man, I got the Warriors winning this series, even if Curry doesn't come back.
Ooh.
How many games?
I could see Minnesota still in 2, maybe.
Okay.
Wow.
I really
Minnesota.
I think that based off how Minnesota's been playing all regular season and how they've gained their success is from shooting a bunch of threes, bro. Like, and they not a good 3-point shooting team. Anthony Edwards is not a 3-point shooter, bro.
I don't know, Coach. He don't want to go to Detroit. Detroit ain't big enough for him. That man want to market.
You know,
Giannis.
I like Giannis in a Western Conference. Period. He got to go to a Western Conference team. If the Bucks trade,
he got to stay in the East, man. The West already.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. If Giannis went to like the Knicks, that'll be solid. Oh man.
But if the Bucks get into an Eastern Conference team, they'll be considered at least bottom 5 franchises ever. Because what the fuck are y'all doing?
Oh yeah, I mean if they get rid of Giannis,
what in the hell are y'all doing?
No, they got to get rid of Giannis.
I mean,
who they gonna put in, bro?
They really have to make sure they get rid of Giannis because if they don't, they'll get nothing back.
Nobody.
They'll be in the same situation as the Spurs were when Kawhi got hurt. They'll be in the same situation. Like, it'll take them a while to rebuild, and they have to get lucky. And let's be real, bro. LeBron overall held the Spurs or the Golden State Warriors supposed to the first pick, first overall pick. Bro. I hope their front office is ready to pay to play. You know what I mean? Because that's the way that shit was going to fix something if they don't back for Giannis.
No, it's time for Giannis to go, and it's time for Milwaukee to turn into the Washington Wizards.
It is. Go.
That's what it's time for. Because you ain't getting no free agents to come there.
Oh, the Wizards.
Hell no.
Yeah, you ain't getting no free agents to come there. Dame ain't even playing next year.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You just not getting no free agents here.
And Dame ain't even playing next year. So that's the problem, right? Like, because even I get tired of tanking or whatever, and I'm sure the league is tired of it too. But you got a whole bunch of teams that nobody wants to play for.
This nigga Gobert is so trash.
Will ever be a time when the NBA kind of gets a level, even platform where, you know, the East is competitive again, when they're the same top 3-4 teams, and the bottom 5 is all in the 500?
No, I don't think it would have
that's what Coach said. Coach said Giannis should go to Detroit.
He ain't going to Detroit. One, I don't think Milwaukee would trade him there. Two, I don't think he would want to play there.
That shit just as small as Milwaukee. That raggedy shithole.
Hey, gentlemen, could y'all hear my full text, or was it breaking up a little bit?
You were breaking up a little bit.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm on the road, man. My bad.
No, you good.
We got you.
But no, but there's a couple. I mean, just like New Orleans, right? New Orleans, like we watching Giannis, like come get Zion. Like the Bucks fans would burn that building down if they brought Zion up there.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
The Deer Zone will be no more.
I really think if the Bucks were to grab a Zion, they would be in the same position as the Sacramento Kings. They would be too good to actually rebuild. You know, because Zion will, every time he comes back from taking 5 games off, he'll win 3. And they'll never get a first overall pick or anywhere close to a top 5 pick. You know, and they'll just, you know, be.
No, I agree with you, Coach.
Yeah.
I agree. You know, I just
bro.
don't think it's going to happen. I think that Zion is, I don't know, man. That guy miserable, man. Just, you know how bad he didn't want to go to New Orleans. Could you imagine him going to Milwaukee now?
New Orleans is a great city, but shit sports city, like, or basketball city.
No basketball, yeah. I mean, it's pretty decent football wise.
Yeah.
They love their Saints. You never hear nobody from New Orleans talk about the guy.
Except for Lil Wayne, he a Packer fan, right?
Man, Wayne go from a Packer fan, Saints fan to he everything.
Yeah, we ain't talking about Lil Wayne. Wayne definitely a fair weather fan for sure.
But like that's the thing though, right? Like we don't even need to expand. Like they keep talking about Vegas and Seattle. Just take the Hornets and send them to 1. Like that'll solve half your problem right there.
That's true.
Hey Sherlock, let me ask you something real quick, man. So we talk about Pop, you know what I'm saying, as one of the greatest coaches of all time, if not the greatest NBA coach of all time. And we also talk about, you know what I'm saying.
Cowboy Mike upset.
Don't get me started on Pop.
Also, my bad. But you know what I'm saying, like I said, best coach of all time. And we also talk about, you know, Bill Belichick as the greatest coach of all time. But I have my critiques that Bill Belichick does not draft well. I'm not even gonna say as well as other coaches. I don't think he drafts well at all. What do you think of Pop's draft strategy? Do you think that he started off well and then it fizzled out, or it was up and down, or?
I think it was up and down. Like Luka Samanic, who the fuck, bro? That shit was a big miss. That was a big miss. Also, who else did we draft? We drafted a few guys where I'm just like, bro. I think that Pop was being too nice at certain times, bro. He was going too much after like personality types. Like, for example, Stephon Castlebar, he's not our typical, draft pick type. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We usually like guys that are super willing to be molded, not just developed, but molded. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's still the best player in this draft.
Yeah. I believe so. Yeah, I definitely feel like, but I feel like, he's an anomaly. The only thing that really saved him is the fact that he went to UConn and the fact that his parents, like his background, allows for him to actually be coached hard. Because a lot of these guys don't want to be coached hard in today's NBA. They run away from that shit, bro. You know what I mean? Or else everybody will be in Miami. Because why wouldn't you want to be a millionaire in Miami? Like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
like, I think that it was a hit and miss type of thing, up and down. I think we could have did better. We could have. It's a lot of players. When you look back at our drafts, we missed out on some good role players, bro. You know what I mean?
What about
time out. We talking about a team that drafted Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Kawhi Leonard.
Oh my bad.
Like,
I'm talking about outside of the obvious suspects.
I'm talking about rebuild era though. Rebuild era.
Y'all never had that.
I think we did, bro. I think we did.
Like y'all were always in.
Because I mean, bro, we drafted
Blake Wesley, Malachi Branham. I could live the rest of my life without seeing them.
Like I said, they hit with Kawhi, but Kawhi, like I said, they didn't. Kawhi just was a different breed, so I would say they had to exit back with Kawhi. And then once Kawhi left, they kind of had to rebuild again. When you think about it, like they really never really got a star, a caliber player like a Kawhi type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like they started.
That's what I'm saying. So like, wasn't Dejounte Murray drafted there?
Is it possible that after the
Dejounte Murray,
is it possible that players might not have wanted to go there after the whole Kawhi, like they got my injury wrong thing? Is that a thing?
No.
I think a lot of players didn't want to play with Pop, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like players don't want to be coached, bro. Like they don't want to be yelled at. They don't want to be told, "Stop shooting that dumbass shit, nigga. You suck." You feel what I'm saying?
Like who wants to play? I mean, San Antonio's cool.
Man, what coach be talking like that, bro?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. A lot of the good coaches definitely be talking crazy to their players. I mean, you gotta keep it real, like, bro, nigga, you keep missing that shit. Stop shooting threes, bro. You can't shoot, bro. You can't shoot. Don't shoot that shit. I don't want to see you shoot another three, bro.
So is that what Mazzulla need to go tell Jason Tatum?
Hell bro, yeah, he need to keep that shit 100. Bro, I don't want to see you shoot another three for the rest of the fucking series, bro.
And that's why a Dallas Mike, Mazzulla is the next coach company, bro. Getting up on fucking the fucking presser board, all wide-eyed, chest out, you know what I'm saying? Like he's some fucking sociopath, you know what I'm saying? I like to see when a guy bleeds. Okay, you like the Warrior shit? Go be a Warrior and tell your best player to stop shooting the rock, bro.
He didn't even want the medic to go check on Tatum.
Yeah,
bro, get up, nigga. Tell him to stop shooting the rock, man, bro.
That's the leap that Tatum needs to take, though. You know,
Tatum do the y'all, man. Tatum, man, what he do to y'all, man?
Nah, I fuck with Tatum, bro. I fuck with Tatum,
solid, man. That was a good play.
I live vicariously through his hair.
Honestly, bro, if Tatum had Jaylen Brown's mindset, he'd be way better.
Hold up, no, you can't say that.
I can, bro.
Man,
you can't say
that. Hey, OG, I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, Cups to tell you, bro. I'm saying before it was even a thing, before Finals MVP, I've been saying that Jaylen Brown was better.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, here
he literally did just say that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's
though.
my line from like 6 months ago.
Yeah,
he wasn't saying that, and it's crazy because y'all ain't even been
That's all I'm saying. Like, even the last play of the game, bro. You telling me you got the big on you instead of just, all right, everybody clear out. I got Mitchell Robinson coming off a broken foot that hasn't even played 50 games this year, bro. Clear this shit out and let me get to it. Instead, he dribbles into a triple team.
Yeah, he was supposed to Luka Gobert that shit.
He was supposed to get to a bucket,
it was
bro.
Happening fast. It was happening fast. They didn't. They should have called a timeout.
It's either you're gonna foul me. I say don't call a timeout because that gives room for the defense
that
to
gives
set
them
up.
a chance to set up. Yeah,
exactly.
I got you on that, but at the same time,
from what I see, you got the center on you. Everybody knows when a wing or a guard has a center, it's food. Either you're gonna take a uncontested jumper or you're getting on that rim because they can't turn their hips as quick. You got 6 seconds on that clock, bro. You got 6, and you just had a blow by. You just had a blow by the possession before when you got a bucket. You know what I'm saying, nigga? Bitch ass nigga, bro. Get on that rim. Get on that rim. Get on that rim.
I need Tatum.
We lost by 1
Tatum
point.
to average 33. I need him to average 33 the rest of the series, and the Knicks can't win another game.
For shit show. I mean, anytime you up 20 going into the fourth quarter, you feel you supposed to win, especially at home, bro. That shit is
Twice in a row.
We lost
Come
twice,
on, bro.
man. That shit is
Knicks have
damning,
only
bro.
held
That's
the
an
lead.
indictment.
The
and
Knicks
that
have only had the lead
is an
for 12
indictment
minutes.
on your leadership. And I put that shit on Joe Mazzulla because remember when you got out coached by a veteran coach. I don't think Tibbs is a great coach. I just think he's a veteran. You got out coached by a veteran coach, and then Tatum, you as the leader, you doing all these damn commercials. You know Jaylen Brown not gonna be the face of the team because he's Black Power. He actually speak out and have nuts. He drop his nuts and shit. You feel what I'm saying? That actually stand for something. So you know it's not gonna be him. And you want the ball in crunch time. You want to be shooting fadeaways when the game ending and shit. Nigga, do what you supposed to do, bro. You sitting here dropping 13 points. You got Derek White dropping more points than you, bro. Come on, dog.
Come on, dog.
Let's be real, bro.
Come on, dog.
That shit is his fault, bro.
28.6% from the field.
That shit is his fault.
I mean, but
All
Tatum
his
and
fault.
Brown was both like 2 for 19 from the field. Like, I mean,
It don't matter though, because I was told that Tatum was the Jordan to Jaylen Brown's BJ Armstrong.
Hey, talk that shit now. Talk that shit now.
I mean, end of the day, everybody was missing shots. You know what I mean? I can't also necessarily blame Mazzulla and all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, 2 games in a row, they just can't buy a shot. And like I said, if Boston made 2 more threes, there'd be a different outcome. And it'd be like, say, the series would be 2-0. You know what I'm saying? It's just the Knicks has been playing solid defense. Knicks have been playing,
Hey, my nigga Ro. That's your name, right, brother? Ro?
Yeah,
bro. I agree with you, bro. You can't blame a nigga that's not out there playing. But I'm saying you got to scheme up something when you see your team struggling, though.
But this is what Boston is, baby. You know what I'm saying? They shoot threes. You know, this is what everybody always say. Do what gets you. You know what I'm saying? We won the chip last year. We've been playing this way all year. You know, it's one of the things where it just felt like one of these shots going to go in. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, both games came down to the last play. One went in overtime. You know what I'm saying? It's still 1 by 2. The other one by 1. Now you're going on the road. Boston plays good on the road. New York doesn't play that. New York is 1-2, I think, at home in the series right now. But they 4-0 on the road. So, you know, New York could do New York things and fuck it up and lose 2 games at home, and now we're back 2-2 going back to Boston. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm just saying
it's still early. Game 3 is definitely a pivotal game, though. I will say that. Like, if New York wins game 3, then it's over. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. The Celtics should win this shit in 6 now. Because there's no reason they should have won. They should have lost the first 2 games, bro. They played
That's what I'm saying,
better.
bro.
They played 6 better quarters than this other team, bro.
Straight up. And we straight gave up a 20-point lead because the fucking shots just won't land in, bro. That's just
But at the same time, we can't say the Knicks can play better too. More like the Knicks played great ball. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't play great ball. We let them get back in that shit. They went on a run because
yeah, bro. They played pretty bad. Call a timeout.
Because all those possessions where we could have kept extending the lead.
And that was your fault. Ain't nobody tell you how to shoot 40, 50,
because they won't scoring on because they getting back in the jump.
That was y'all fault. Everybody tell y'all keep shooting 3. Bro, y'all
good coaches just know how to make it easy. Like when niggas need a bucket, niggas get an easy bucket off of a
y'all
timeout.
niggas had 13 consecutive missed shots, bro. Like who better do that at? Like that ain't the Knicks' fault. Y'all niggas shot.
That's what I'm saying, bro. 13 possessions. You can erase a 20-point lead in 13 possessions, bro, easily. You know what I'm saying?
Making shots though, yeah, facts.
Yeah, if the other team going down there making shots, yeah, bro, they went on like a 17-2 run at one point last night.
Yeah,
so it's like,
hey, Cup,
yo,
time out. You see how easy that was, nigga? Call a timeout, nigga. What the fuck is you doing, nigga? Stop the run, bro. Keep on calling. Waste all these shits, bro. We finna get a bucket, bro. 2 points, nigga.
I'm trying to pull the game up now. My damn phone not working.
That nigga bugging out, bro. I'm just saying, Joe Mazzulla, I couldn't see Udoka going out like that. That's all I'm saying. Up 20? No.
Man.
No, I feel you though.
Up 20? Like, come on, bro. You got to do a little bit better, bro, as a coach. That shit not all on you, but a big part of that is on you. Bro, you have the best. You have the most talent on your roster out of every team in this league, bro. You have the largest salary, bro. You're paying the most out of any other organization, bro. Your roster is constructed for you to win a championship, bro. That shit gotta fall a little bit on the coach, bro. And then, like I said, Yeah, but Jason Tatum as the actual leader, you want to be that leader in every single other situation, bro. You want to be the superstar, bro. You sign with Jordan because you want to be a superstar. Now, never wear your shoes. But anyways,
no bullshit.
bro. Yeah, I'll never wear that nigga shoes. It's like, bro, you gotta step down. You gotta step up and do what Halliburton did. I don't even like that nigga, bro. I don't even like that nigga Halliburton. But look what he did when he hit that shot. What he do? He showed the crowd that he was dropping his nuts. Tatum, drop your nuts. You already missed out on the Finals MVP that everybody wanted you to win, bro.
And you was a leader in points in that Finals, and still didn't get that jump. But it's all good.
Step your shit up, bro. You got everything you need. You got everything that a star player will want. You got all the help you need. Close the game, my brother.
We lost by 1 point. I can't get over that shit. The point differential in these last 2 games was 4 points. If we would have made we can't keep saying that shit, bro. We would have made 2 more points. This is even worse. This is worse than the fucking James Harden meltdown against the Warriors. This is absolute. This is like 10 times worse because we did it 2 games in a row. We lost
you expected out of James. You expect that out of James Harden, bro. Like,
you expect that shit out of Harden, but not my nigga Tatum. It's like, bro, what is we supposed to do now? Like you really, bro, what is it that's gonna make you decide that you're gonna take it to the rack, bro? Because what is these turnaround jumpers like, bro? You just be trying them shits like just to see if they work. Like you really a 2K player. You really a 2K real life nigga. Like just be trying that shit, bro. What's going on, Steel Curtain Unk?
Yeah, this is what happens. They're running the lead.
Can't hear you, Unk. You're breaking up.
This is what happens when you got a Durham Tech player running the lead. But yeah, okay.
So
first Duke,
go.
Now Boston. What's the common denominator? Meltdowns when it count the most. Yeah.
Look, man,
it's a beautiful thing. I love it.
I think we still winning. I think we still winning 6. It's all good. I think we're gonna win these next 4 games because, like I said, if we just make 2 more baskets, we up 2-0. So I mean,
4. Oh my gosh. Woof.
You go to Madison Square Garden and you gonna do what you couldn't do at home?
Absolutely. Absolutely, because we still got one. We still got one at home.
So who's gonna injure number 11 to make it possible for y'all to win them too?
We don't need that. We don't need nobody to get injured. We don't need nobody hurt. We can tackle the whole team just like we've been doing.
Is White gonna injure Brunson so y'all can stay to pulling out at least one of those 2
Bro,
games?
don't nobody got to get hurt. And Brunson is not even going ham for real. That nigga not even getting off for real.
Listen. That's right. Listen to what you say. He hasn't even jacked it up yet. He hasn't even earned his clutch award trophy in this series yet. And you about to send him home up 2-0.
Oh, Brunson gonna have a 30. He gonna have one tonight.
On a
one
team,
of them. You're right. Brunson gonna go off one of these games.
Up 2-0 on a team that he beat 4 games in the regular season, if I'm not mistaken. Did y'all not beat the Knicks all 4 games y'all played them during the season?
They smoked them boys.
They smoked them. Mm-hmm.
Okay, exactly. Y'all smoked them all 4 games in New York and in Boston. Yet y'all in Boston and losing in Durham Tech fashion.
Cowboy Mike, what's going on, my brother?
Yo, what up, fellas? What up?
That is Mike.
Women roll with the word.
Hey, enjoy that new.
Ain't nothing, brother. Blessed by the best.
Enjoy that new.
Hey, thank you, all. We thank you for the gift. Appreciate that.
Hey, by week 8, I don't want to hear shit.
Look, ask Cups. I already feel like he's gonna sabotage our team. Real talk.
By week 8, I don't want to hear. Oh man, he dropped this. Oh man, he no team because you said when he was the number 1 in Pittsburgh, it was the organization, wasn't him. So I'm gonna tell you the same thing. It's the organization. It's not him.
I think he has a bad attitude. I think he is a person that needs some
mental health counseling as a young man. I don't know, I see students like that all the time. Like their attitude is like they go from, we all got attitudes. Not try to say everybody don't have attitude, but certain people just don't know how to control themselves in general. And I think Jordan is.
No, but hold on, Playboy. To me, that's a cop out. You a grown
Is he
ass
grown
man making multi-million dollars.
Age-wise,
He's a young man. He ain't grown.
He's a grown man. I shouldn't have to motivate you to act a certain way. Make money you're making.
That's real. I don't understand how players.
Some folk ain't got no home training though, man. I'm telling you, like they've been raised.
The part that be blowing me is like players will play a sport for free for 15 years. The half your life. Then now you playing it and you getting paid for it, and then you want to bullshit. Now you don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. That's the most backward shit I ever seen in my life, bro.
Exactly. You didn't. If you had this attitude and mindset in college, you wouldn't be playing college ball. But you wait until you start making actual money to start showing your actual ass.
It go back to David Ruffin. Like he was a humble dude, and I know I'm being a little old school when I say this, but you watch the Temptation movie. He was humble. He got that money. He started doing shit that is out of his character. Money will change you. So like I look at Jordan, somebody that can be rehabilitated, but it's gonna take him to just dedicate himself to football. He gotta really want to be great. But I mean, he's a tremendous talent. But I don't believe he's the answer. I think we should go out and get Cooper or Keenan Allen just to solidify that spot. Because like you said, week 8, you never know what type of person player he's gonna be.
Fact.
Because you going from the number 1 receiver on a team to the number 2, and in both scenarios, every receiver that has left the number 1 spot with the Steelers has had a significant drop-off in their next destinations. So keep that in mind when he start pouting about
I think he's ready to be the 1B.
Always giving. He won't be 1B.
Nah,
he won't be
I don't think
2B.
so. Like again, you got to look at Brandon Cooks last year. Like they know how to get you about the door. They on purpose not throw you the football. Like you see, Trevor can't get on the field. CeeDee Lamb will get the ball every play if he's open. So to me, I'm looking for Turpin to have a breakout season because I think Jay Ferguson too, because Pickett's open up the field for everybody now. I don't think he'll get the targets he's looking for, and he in a contract year. So it's like, he gonna have to really perform for Jared had to pay him. They're gonna tag him in the year, I think.
So do you see him having an Amari Cooper type of year or Brandon Cooks type of
a little bit in between. I think because Pickens is better down the goal line. See, Cooks couldn't get open in the goal line anymore. That speed, I mean, he's a small dude, so I think he might have in between maybe 7 touchdowns, maybe over 800 yards. But I think in the goal line area, he's gonna pay dividends because he's great at jump ball passes. But Dak's not good at throwing a jump ball, to be honest with you. I don't think so. That's why him and Dez Bryant didn't work out, because Dez throws to a spot. I mean, Dak throws to an area. He don't really know how to just go up and throw it to somebody and give him opportunity. Even with CeeDee Lamb, he don't do that really that often.
I like that analysis.
A particular passer, he's not gonna just throw the ball up to niggas like Romo would. So I want to see it on the field before I get excited.
I hear you, Cowboy Mike.
But I appreciate y'all taking that jersey out my cart. Nah, that's one less item.
Man, you can ship it to my house.
But no, you wouldn't like the colors, and you're not worth it.
I would use it as a rug.
You if anything, you would put it in your classroom and say, "This is what a winning colors."
I like that one.
But that's neither here nor there. We're not focusing on our problem, because our problem isn't as more entertaining as losing 2 games to a team you waxed during the regular season in major Durham Tech meltdown.
Yeah,
man, we about to win the next 4 of these things.
100%. I think Porzingis again. What happened to Porzingis though in game 1? Nobody knows. A mystery illness and shit. Like he only played 12 minutes last game. It's like, what's going on with Porzingis? He's the key factor, I think, in this whole thing has not been talked about. Along with Tatum is playing like pure shit. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but
The unicorn hasn't been right since he got hit in the head. I'll
Yeah,
leave it there.
I don't know. Up 20, fourth quarter sound rigged to me.
So I got to get back on this, Cowboy Mike. You said something in the comments earlier when we was talking about Pop. You said that he was an overrated coach.
Yes, I do believe.
Is Pop not one of the two greatest coaches of all time? Is he not the greatest coach of all time?
No, Phil Jackson is.
No. Oh, and you could put him in the same. Okay, you saying Phil Jackson? He's similar to Phil Jackson. If I had the talent around me that Phil Jackson, Red Auerbach, some of these other coaches y'all like to put in as the greatest ever. If I had the talent around me that I had around me, it would be an expectation to win the games that I won.
True.
You give me somebody like Lenny Wilkens who built 2 franchises into playoff contenders, or Alvin Gentry. Every place he went, he built the franchise, and then they dismissed him once the teams became contenders. You give me coaches like that who have to make chicken soup out of chicken shit per se, versus somebody that goes to a squad that either has multiple number 1 draft picks, or wins the lottery on multiple times during their tenure, or walks into a situation where they have 3 of the dominant players of their era. They just need a different mindset.
Well,
different
if you remember correctly, that's what Phil Jackson did with the Bulls. The Bulls weren't shit under Doug Collins until Phil Jackson got there. Until Tex Winter got there. But they both established a culture.
But Doug Collins was building that he was building something that was given.
I just gotta say what's happening to my nigga Mike, man. Hey, what's happening, Mike?
When he came in there and built that thing from the ground up, that John wasn't hitting on shit. There was MJ was a one-man show.
Hey Mike, my dog Sherlock said what's happening.
What's happening, gang?
Oh, what's up? What's up, dog?
Man, shit cooling, man. Blessed, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. Everything's blessed, dog, for sure.
Already, bro. Already.
Yeah, but I mean, I love your point about Lenny Wilkens. You know, I like who was I was thinking about? Larry Brown, of course. You know, there's a lot of great coaches out there. I just think Phil. I watched Phil coach that Lakers team with Jordan Farmar and shit. They weren't really shit like that. I mean, people like to overblow Gasol's impact, but they had Andrew Bynum was a project. Ron Artest on his last legs. You know, I mean, they won back-to-back rings in the LeBron era.
But Phil's philosophy was built on another coach's system.
Whose system was this? Tex Winter?
Breath, as you talking about him now, without that system.
I feel you. Yeah, I mean, but Phil at the same time was a master motivator, a master manipulator. I mean, he would literally just make shit up like just to get guys going. He wanted Kobe to you know, hey, make sure Shaq is comfortable. Make sure Shaq. If you watch Kobe deferred to Shaq all the time. He really wanted to be himself. That's why he wanted Shaq to fuck up out of there, because he got tired of holding his own game back to make sure Shaq was happy. And that's in the contrary to Penny. Penny wanted to make sure Shaq was happy. He said that shit when they played I think in the movie, the Blue Chips joint. He was like, man, I wanted to make sure Shaq was happy, like, because he a real point guard. Kobe, like, I ain't trying to get that nigga the ball. He lazy, he fat. He don't want to work as hard as me. Why the fuck I need to give him the ball for?
Come on,
that's
bro.
the mentality. That's just the mentality.
Come on, bro. Shout out to Kobe. Look, you still with us?
For sure. Shout out to Kobe, man.
Hey, man, that nigga Kobe was tripping, bro.
No, but
nigga, pass the ball to that fat nigga because he better than you, nigga. The fuck wrong with you, bro? You up there jacking this shit up, bro.
But it wasn't.
You put all that work in, and you still can't shoot a good percentage, nigga. Rest in peace, my nigga. I fuck with Kobe.
It wasn't even about him being better. It wasn't even about him being better. But if he's the most dominant thing on your team at that position, it only benefits everybody if you go inside out, as y'all like to say, pause, before you try to jack up all these jumpers and all this finesse shit. Give Shaq his window. For a 5-6 year window, he was the most dominant thing in the NBA. You couldn't stop him outside of putting him on the free throw line. So once you got him established, the rest of your team could eat because nobody had the closest thing to even coming close to containing him per se would have been Portland when they had Sabonis and Houston when they had Yao. And even then, you only contained him. But if you went inside out, like the plan was supposed to be, you would have won multiple rings. You could have been in the 6-ring category. But you wasn't, because somebody felt as if it was their time before it was their time. And the Lakers had to make a business decision. And
yeah, I mean, you got to pay one guy at the time. The league was different too. But we've seen Shaq get shut down.
Totally
We've
different.
seen Shaq get shut down by Ben Wallace. So why are we acting like that? He wasn't starting to turn the corner of not being a great player anymore. Kobe seen it on the writing on the wall. When he went with D Wade, he wasn't that good. Niggas overblow that shit. That 14 points a game. That was D Wade's doing. He was a sacking at this point. Why are we acting like Shaq was? He had his run. So I mean, to me,
Hey Mike. Niggas forget that Shaq started in the early 90s. That
early 90s, nigga. He went to the Lakers in 96.
You feel me?
Nigga went to the Lakers in 96, dog. Niggas that no, bro. He was way past that point after that.
He was definitely past his prime, bro.
Yeah, Tim Duncan was dominating him at this point. Like KG, them like it was to the point where Shaq, she still was solid, and I'm not saying he won't, solid.
Timmy would have got the best of him in his prime, though. I ain't gonna cap with you, Big Mike.
Yeah, for sure. If he played with him in his prime, then I would have understood. Okay, yeah, get that nigga the ball like Penny did. Penny like, yo, I'm getting this nigga the ball every time because he like Unc said, he opened everything up. But at this point in time, the league's starting to change. So you're not getting as much slow down. I think Zach Randolph might have been the last dude I remember really backing people up, like trying to get to the cup. You know what I'm saying? So it was a combination of both. But I mean, Shaq always wanted to just be, the same way in business now. He want the chicken. So I don't fault him. And I feel like Kobe was taking discounts and shit for no reason. So I think he got to the point where he like, I'm not taking no more discounts for this nigga, yo. I need to get paid too.
No, I feel that shit.
Honestly, bro, this is a side note. I feel like both y'all points was spot on, bro. I don't really disagree with none of that shit.
Man, I feel the same way. I feel like both points were definitely made. And again, they could have got more, but who knows, man?
I just wish Kobe was still alive so I could dog that nigga how I really want to.
Go for it, though. I'm not gonna trip off it. Shit, I mean, hey, it's up for niggas.
Bro, that nigga, his legendary status just went up because he passed away while we still alive. You know what I'm saying? We watched that nigga play, bro.
I love Cole, but I'm like, I understand the efficiency thing. He towards the end, it started getting kind of bad. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, y'all ain't lying. Niggas shooting 40%. Like this shooting like 36 times in a game. He making like 10. Like that shit was getting bad. Like, damn, Cole. Like, I watched him take a whole lot of bad shots. I think he wanted to become.
You see how bad they dog LeBron, bro. LeBron not my favorite player either, but I'm just saying I just see it for what it is. They dog LeBron for when he ain't scoring the fourth quarter in the playoffs and shit. I'm like, bro, Kobe didn't even make the playoffs, gang. You feel what I'm saying? Like that shit was bad.
Still yelling at niggas like, give me the ball.
Like nigga, Kobe, fuck no, you ass, bro.
But who had better talent around them in the same scenario that you claiming Kobe didn't make the
hear me out. Hear me out, OG. I get where you going with that, but dog, who the fuck? Whose radar was Austin Reeves on, bro? Whose radar was Rui Hachimura on? Like that nigga would be out the league if it weren't for LeBron, bro. Like I feel like LeBron is really good at manipulating players to make them better, bro.
No, I'm not going to agree with the Rui aspect.
That nigga Rui would be a superstar in Japan. That nigga would not be on a roster in the NBA, bro.
No, he was on a roster.
Bro, he was on the worst team in the league. Where do you go from there, bro?
He had a Malik Beasley playoff. That's all I'm saying. In the regular season, he was consistent with that 3, and you could count on him to make some mid-range jumpers. He got in the playoffs, and I still don't
see Rui's value on a NBA team, bro. Other than the fact that he's bringing in a fan base from Japan, that's it.
Okay, we're gonna agree to disagree on that one because China, It ain't like we need Japan for anything because the shoes are made here and be
Yeah,
I
think I like Rui, but I think, like I said, he was nice with the Wizards.
and
I want him to come to the Bulls personally.
And he's not Jeremy Lin either. So it ain't like we need Japan for a whole lot. But we're gonna agree to disagree on that one. You got a valid point with Reeves because I think he gets overhyped. They're reaching when they say he's the third wheel.
They're reaching because LeBron put that shit in reach, though. That's all I'm saying. He kind of instead of bashing his teammates, bro, he kind of enables them to do better.
But you're relying on a 40-year-old dude.
I hear you, but my main point is that LeBron at this age is better at making his teammates better. That's all. Kobe, this nigga just bash niggas and say, "Give me the ball." I put in more work than you. Give me the ball. Okay, nigga, but it's a team sport, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like the team aspect, the competitive.
It's only a team sport when they win. When they lose,
hey man, you gotta take the punches, the punches and roll with this shit, man. We on a mission to get a championship, my nigga. This is what happens. I got 4 of them bitches. You feel what I'm saying? At the end of the day, at least I'm putting us in position to be competitive. Like Kobe won't make in the playoffs, bro.
But are you putting the team in position to win if you don't score any points in the fourth quarter, even though you got 4 trophies? You should know how to get points if you got 4 trophies, especially in the fourth of a pivotal playoff game when it's basically win.
I'm just saying that nigga Kobe was in Cancun early, bro. That nigga at this age, bro. That nigga Kobe won't compete for no. He was not making the playoffs, bro.
At least he played like he was trying to get in the playoffs.
And that's the thing I hate about that shit, man. That's the thing I hate. It's like, bro, why do we praise effort so much, bro? I like the results. This nigga LeBron actually led niggas to a 5 seed. What seed were they this year?
The 3 seed.
Oh, the 3 seed in the West, bro. You know how difficult that is, bro.
But we're
in the West
where you're getting praised for participation more than you are for effort.
Hey, I'm just gonna say that LeBron led his team in. Well, he was second in mostly every stat, bro. In points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks, bro. What you mean?
And Kobe just showed up and won everything?
No, this nigga Kobe showed up and was stat padding. The same shit that nigga say that LeBron is doing, Kobe was really doing, bro. You can't say this nigga had a productive last 5 seasons, bro. What the fuck was Kobe playing for, bro? He was really in the way of the Lakers rebuilding, bro. Everybody say LeBron in the way of the Lakers rebuilding, but at least niggas made the 3 seed, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Come on now.
I said this. I feel like they didn't put no talent around Kobe like that. Even LeBron first team with the youngsters though.
Say it again.
Like what player was playing with Kobe that was good around this
time? Luke Walton.
Cups.
Yeah, you said that.
Hey, yo, that nigga crazy.
Please tell me you joking, my nigga. Please, please.
Yeah, he's trolling hard.
my nigga, Coach Walton was out there, Joe. What's wrong with y'all niggas, bro?
Nigga had Kareem Rush out there, bitch, nigga.
Hey, Mike, keep it 100. Other than Luka, bro. Other than AD, he did have a running mate.
Other than several niggas they put on that team with that boy.
Man, the Lakers team is not good, bro. Without LeBron, that shit is not good, bro.
With Luka in the game, they're not good.
They straight. I feel like they'll make an 8.
With AD in the game, they would have been at least making the playoffs, at least an 8 seed maybe.
With only AD, with only
AD or only Luka, I think they would be scratching the play in for sure.
They probably scratching the play in, but I'm saying Kobe ain't had that. He have a top 5, a top 10 guy to play beside him. I
ain't gonna lie though, this nigga did have Julius Randle, Swaggy P. He had Kyle Kuzma. He had pieces, bro.
Linsanity.
You talking about Braun? That ain't Kobe era.
You talking about cats just getting in the league and you putting them with Kobe versus what they
doing. I'm just saying, you don't think that Swaggy P was better than what Austin Reeves was when he first came into the league, bro?
Hell no.
Yeah, I give you that. I give you
Swaggy. So you don't think that Julius Randle is better than who? You don't think Julius Randle is better than Rui Hachimura, bro? Come on, bro.
No, I don't like Julius Randle. I don't like Julius.
I don't really like him, but I'm saying when we evaluating talent, though, bro.
Rui
At that time,
is a
no.
shooter.
I mean, now maybe. Not at that time.
Rui is a shooter. Randall is a banger, dude. That's two totally different scenarios.
I'm just saying, hey, look, I understand he's a shooter, but when you're a shooter, you gotta have somebody else create for you. At least Julius Randle, we know exactly what he's doing. If we say 1, 2, 3, what is he gonna do? We all gonna say drive left. You feel what I'm saying? We know what he gonna do, but at least he can get to the rack. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm gonna read out the roster for 2015. You had Nick Young, Julius Randle, Robert Sacre, Ryan Kelly, Larry Nance Jr., Brandon Vance. Bro, come on, Jordan Clarkson. Come on, man.
Clarkson is still in the league. He damn near.
Lonnie Price, Wayne Ellington. These niggas is not good, dog. Now,
not good. But I got a question. Do you think that Kobe made them better though?
No.
And that's all I'm getting at, bro. That's the only point I'm getting. I feel like when you a team, bro, and you are a leader of a team, you got to make your teammates better. And that's where I give credit.
Who did LeBron make better? So who did LeBron make better?
Mo Williams,
Austin Reeves.
He did make Mo Williams better.
Rui Hachimura. He definitely made AD better too. You feel what I'm saying? Not individually stats, but made him play winning basketball better.
I do agree.
He make every single player he play with better, bro.
I wish every single player though, but I do agree with the players you did name.
He's stagnant. He stagnates their game because the ball revolves around him.
Exactly. So I would say the same thing.
All right. So other than Luka, bro, who do you think is gonna lead you to a championship that LeBron played with the ball in their hands, bro? Who?
Well, Luka's not gonna lead you to a championship because
I'm just saying who you saying. So who would you? Whose hands should the ball be in? OG. Whose hands should the ball be in?
The Lakers don't have nobody that has that killer mentality that can lead a team to the championship.
So why you mad that LeBron got the ball in his hands, my guy?
The West is stacked. Just understand what it is. And you talking to a Kareem Laker, not a Kobe Laker.
Hey, big respect.
This is not. I could have told you at the beginning of the season this wasn't a championship team, but at least they went from the play-in possibility to the 3rd seed. But even in doing that, what's the point of getting there if you play like you play in the play-in game?
Mm-hmm.
Man, y'all really blame that on LeBron, man? Like wholeheartedly, y'all blame that on LeBron?
No, not blaming LeBron. I just they didn't have enough. I think that's what I'm saying. Is like that team wasn't a championship team.
But
me personally, I blame it on the guy that ain't play with his full heart. That was really supposed to be in his prime. Like any other player, when they 24, 26 years old, bro, we hold them to the standard that they supposed to be the best player on that floor in the prime. And I blame that shit on Luka, bro. That nigga just won't hustling, bro. Anytime that is 65% drives on you, bro, that niggas is getting the bucket, bro. You not gonna win.
Yeah,
bro.
that shit. That stat is insane, dog.
The focal point is you. It starts with you. Even at 40, it starts with you and ends with you.
Like I said, bro, he was second in blocks and second in steals, and that nigga defensive rating was like 3rd overall out of all players in that playoff series, bro. Defensive rating.
And how many points did that account for in the 4th quarter when they needed you the most?
So the 4th quarter is the only quarter that matters in this whole game. When you got a closer on your team, bro,
it mattered enough to where you lost the game based on your performance in the 4th quarter, sir. Because
you let Anthony Edwards bully you around like you wasn't nobody.
I'm just saying, bro. When you got that other piece, bro. Hey, look, we all 30 and up, bro. If we bring in a young bull, bro, we expect that young nigga to do more work. That's just what it is, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
I agree.
And that's why I'm like, all right, LeBron could have scored. We not gonna ignore that part. He could have scored, bro. But when he done gave, like he was the third guy on the goddamn relay race, bro. We need the nigga to finish this shit though. You feel what I'm saying? Nigga, I'm 40. Yeah. I'm 40, bro. I'm tired.
That's crazy.
This is what management gave you. And said go. And you went. Management gave you this. This is what you was given. This is what you accepted. I think if Nate McMillan was the head coach instead of what y'all had as a head coach, this would have been a totally different outlook because Nate McMillan would have challenged you as a man to do better. Like y'all said earlier, you have some of these players now, they don't want to be challenged. They want to be coddled.
Yep.
That's why you have some of the pushback on Coach Pop that you have. Coach Pop challenged men to be men and do their role. Some of y'all like that, some of y'all don't. But in the same token, Coach Pop had 2 lottery picks, and 3, if not 4, top 75 players. Okay, Duncan, 2 top 75 players. Ain't a whole lot of coaches can say they got that. And well, actually 3, because Wemby gonna be top whatever the next.
For sure. Hey, you gonna have Tony Parker gonna make the Hall of Fame eventually.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
Tony
for sure.
Gonna make the Hall of Fame. Ginobili's in there.
Yeah.
If he's not in there, he gonna be in there.
He in there. I'm like, how you put Ginobili in there before you put Tony Parker?
I will say this though, OG. I will say this. I don't believe. I'm not gonna say this is a fact, so I'm gonna, be real on point with my verbiage. I don't believe that Tony Parker and Ginobili were like their trajectory was to be top 75 when they were getting drafted, bro. That's all I'm saying. I don't think that they were
but they exceeded their expectations of
I think that had a lot to do with the system, bro. I think that their development.
That's right, development. The development and the system that they in allowed them to excel and exceed their expectations. Plus, the fact that they got in there was part of the reason the NBA excelled internationally on a level they wasn't going to do if y'all just kept drafting American-born players.
100%.
Marketing.
I agree.
Marketing did more for the NBA than it'll ever do for any other American-based sport. Because by drafting those players, you brought in their fan base, because most of those players were already professionals in their country.
Mm-hmm.
So by drafting them, you brought that money over here, that fan base over here. You had people in other countries watching games 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning in their time zone just to watch their favorite player. The NBA knew what they were doing when they made these type of draft picks and made these type of moves. David Stern saw something that Paul Tagliabue and these other NFL leaders could never have seen and done, because NFL was in Europe. How long did that last?
It didn't last long. NFL Europa.
Okay.
Shout out to Rohan Davey.
Then you tried to go to Brazil every year. You barely get that one game in Brazil, and even then you risking it all going to Brazil, because there's things going on in that Brazil game that never make the major news media, because the Shield makes sure that negative media never gets out there, because they don't want to mess up that money that they barely getting now. But you don't have that problem with the NBA, because the NBA can go anywhere for at least one game.
That's true.
You got them Euro leagues. I seen them videos of some of them Euro League games. Them shits is crazy. You couldn't have that kind of atmosphere at an NBA game. The closest thing I've seen to that would be like going to the Madison Square Garden, where they just rabbit from the tip off to the final buzzer.
Your New York fans, wow, dog.
I agree. You definitely worrying about your safety walking out that motherfucker.
Them in Philly, you better protect your neck. But
you go to
the EuroLeague games. You go to them EuroLeague games. Every game is like that. They don't have that kind of passion over here. But again, the NBA tapped into the late David Stern tapped into a market, and with the fall of communism, allowing them European players and them Russian players to come over here and put their talent on, and they modified the rules with the Euro step and some of this other European moves that they was doing over there that would be traveling in the old NBA. They modified that,
And now, hey, that joint started in the NBA though. They made the rule changes in the NBA before it moved to FIBA.
Okay. Okay. But they modified in order to make the money. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Making the money. Plain and simple.
I agree. I think that I agree with everything you said, but I don't know if Coach Pop specifically that was his scope. Like, I don't think he was like drafting Tony Parker and Ginobili. Like, hey, I'm trying to expand the NBA.
Well, what about?
But
my bad to cut you off. But what about well, no, finish your point because I was gonna go off on another thing.
Why? Give me a draft. Give me a pick he made. Coach Pop. Give me a pick he made that wasn't an international player that didn't prosper in his system. His system was based on the international play.
Luka Samanic.
Because I was about that. The question, because the question I was about to ask kind of is similar to that though.
Oh yeah, Thiago.
Because we were talking about the kind of players that he did draft, and I'm thinking about post Kawhi stuff like that. Wante Murray, Derek White, Vassell, Lonnie Walker, fucking Keldon Johnson. Like, were these guys like that you thought was like, all right, well, I mean, what I'm saying, he's just swinging at this point, or these might be guys that we might be able to do something with?
He drafted the players he drafted were fundamentally sound draft picks. You can't say anything about them otherwise. They may not have been prolific.
Patty Mills, I forgot.
They may not have been prolific scorers or great at one particular aspect of their game, but they were fundamentally sound. Nobody knew who Kawhi Leonard was outside of the California where he played at. Nobody knew who Kawhi was. But then he gets on San Antonio and he's what? He's a defensive minded player. And then his points came. And that's how you got in with Pop. If you played defense and were fundamentally sound, you was on his rotation. It's the ones that said, let me score first, then worry about defense, that wound up sitting on the bench. So I think that was part of his criteria for a lot of the players he picked. A lot of the players he picked were fundamentally sound and they were defensive minded.
And I think those guys would have fit well, but the ones that you said earlier, who they was missing? Tim Duncan. If Tim Duncan's there with those guys, then they still probably win.
Hey man, that nigga Greg Pop. Don't forget, and I don't think y'all remember this, but Greg Pop definitely drafted Leandro Barbosa.
This is very true.
He drafted Barbosa, bro. And there's another one I can't remember.
Luis Scola.
Yeah. But
didn't Marco Bellinelli come there too?
International players.
This nigga drafted Goran Dragic too, bro.
International players fundamentally sound.
All they were missing was Tim Duncan, bro. They would
Pop
right back
is a drafter.
Nah, this nigga Pop.
Pop is a drafter.
Bro. Nah, yeah, he did.
I feel like R.C. Buford probably put that thing in motion, though. I think he was a secret sauce, in my opinion. It's like when he left, you kind of seen like
he was the Tex winner to Phil Jackson.
100%.
Yeah, I forgot that the Spurs drafted DeJuan
Blair was a beast too.
Yeah, he was a beast.
Damn! Shout out to
I'm a boy and shout out, fellas. Love.
Hell yeah, man. We appreciate that hour and 49-minute mark in this here hot box, man. And this here goddamn Thursday night smoke fest, man. We appreciate everybody who came through the smoke with us, dog. You already know I have my brother, man, Sherlock in this motherfucker. You already know I have my dog, Steel Curtain Unk in this thing. You can catch us every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Friday. Catch us tomorrow for the Friday night smoke fest. We is rolling the windows down. We letting the smoke out, man. We appreciate everybody who came to smoke with us. And always remember, above all else, fuck Aaron Rodgers. And also, fuck Jalen Polk and Kevin Durant, man. We out of here, dog.
Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5.